Hey everybody, we're out here car camping as usual, and today I wanted to talk through our favorite car camping gadgets and the little things that we bring that make a big difference for our car camping trips. I want to be clear, you don't need any of this stuff to go car camping or have an amazing time. I really think that a really cheap pad and sleeping bag in the back of your car is 95% of the fun of car camping, but these are the things that we've found add a lot of value to our personal car camping experience and make things a little bit more comfortable and easy for us. I will say most of these things are pretty simple. Our whole setup, as you've seen on my past videos, which I'll link below, is very minimal and all about just making things easy and efficient so we can go car camping as much as we need. And all of these little gadgets just kind of fit into that theme. So for this video, I'm going to skip over my mattress, my sleep system, all the cooking equipment I use, because I feel like I've kind of made videos about that in the past, and just focus on the other pieces of gear that really make our car camping experiences magical. All right, so to start talking about our favorite car camping gadgets, I'm going to talk about our very new Arctic cooler here. This is a Roto molded cooler, similar to a Yeti. There's plenty of other brands out there. And it is just a really burly cooler that's a great table and platform when you're dispersed camping. We wound up with a 45-liter version. We went with Arctic because it was cheaper than a Yeti, but basically at that same quality level that we wanted. And I really did love the blue. We've only used it a few times now, but it's been amazing so far. Should be able to keep things cool for up to a week in hot climate, so we're excited to do longer extended trips with this bad boy. The next one that's super critical to car camping is lighting. It's so simple, and we will always have headlamps with us. These are great for when you're inside and you want to read, getting out in the middle of the night to do something, and just obviously doing any kind of hiking or any exploring around camp. There's nothing better than a headlamp. I really do like the rechargeable ones because you don't have to deal with batteries. Unfortunately, the ones we have right now are battery based, but gonna wait for these to die before upgrading to a chargeable one, but that's definitely the plan moving forward. Along with the headlamps, I always like to have a couple lanterns. We have this one, which we randomly got for free with a tent that we bought, and it's been actually amazing. This is great for when you're getting late to camp and it's dark and you have to do some cooking. Sometimes we'll hang it from the back of our hatch when we're doing something inside, or even put it inside our car when we're both getting cozy in there. And the final piece of lighting that I don't have out here right now, but I'll show you guys later, is our solar powered lantern. I love hanging this thing around camp. It just kind of provides a cozy camp feel. And it's just like if you're going out in the middle of the night to use the bathroom, something that guides you back home and just gives you that little sense of comfort. The next thing I'm going to talk about really quickly, which is amazing, is a hatchet. I actually have a few hatchets back home, but today we bought this because I have a bunch of logs and no kindling. So we got this bad boy today because we needed to be able to make kindling easily. I like to go collect my firewood, but obviously we're in a bigger campground today with a lot of people, so that's not going to be happening. So this thing is just amazing for making some kindling or chopping some logs and getting a beautiful fire going like the one behind me. Next thing that's pretty big, these are kind of small cosmetic things that make a big difference, are like face wipes, or I think these are towelettes. It's really nice, especially like when we're going camping, we're always hiking throughout the day, we're fishing, we're mountain biking, we're doing something, we're hot, we're sweaty, especially when you're doing multi-day trips. To be able to just clean up a little makes you feel a little bit more human. I don't know which ones to buy, just buy whatever's the cheapest random towelette thing there, but just that little fresh face wash at the end of the night can make a big difference. The last cosmetic kind of thing that's so important is a face mask. I have earplugs in here as well. A lot of times you're camping and it's a full moon. We camp in the back of our car like you've seen in past videos. And on a full moon, it is so bright in there. An eye mask, some earplugs, just in case you're in a busier campground and there's some dogs around you. Just might as well have it. If it improves your sleep, that's worth it to me. In my older age, my sleep is so important. And if that gets me on the trail a little earlier the next day or exploring something I want to do, it's well worth it. The next thing, which we've kind of showed off before, but is just the cheapest thing that we've done with a lot of use, is these mesh covers that go over our windows. These allow us to have our windows open all night, so it allows us to ventilate our car while sleeping. This keeps it nice and cool. We have a breeze in the summer, and we don't get stuffy and high humidity in the winter, so it actually keeps us a little warmer. These are like $15 or even less on Amazon and have been one of the things that makes the biggest difference in our comfort while car camping. So the next thing I'll mention, which is a carryover from my river guide days, is a hand wash. This is just a solar shower, again, super cheap. And this allows you to have water from either a campsite or a river or a stream or bring from home. And it allows you to clean your hands, which is just more sanitary before cooking. Just again, gives you that little bit of like human feeling while you're doing many multi-day car camps. And if you're very, very sweaty, you fill this bad boy up and you got yourself a shower somewhere in the woods. So definitely a very multi-purpose thing that's super cheap and just adds that level of comfort that's so nice, especially when you're spending multiple days out camping. The next thing I'm going to mention is a Dutch oven. We only have a 10-inch, again, cheaper Dutch oven here, and this allows you to cook so many unique things while camping. This allows you to bake as you would and just make much more intricate meals, and is super fun to mess around with when you have a longer evening and you just kind of want to do something different culinary-wise. I grew up using these as a river guide and have cooked so many amazing things in here, and I swear every recipe you've ever made is going to be better in a Dutch oven because all of the flavor is trapped in here like a normal oven. So everything is recirculating and you just get the most flavorful, amazing food ever. For the Dutch oven, some of my favorite meals to make are any kind of meat and potatoes in here. Can't go wrong with meat and potatoes while camping. Enchiladas, which we've made in the past many times, as one of our go-tos. We were actually going to make Dutch oven pizza tonight, but we forgot our pizza dough that was freshly made at home, so we're going to have to wait on that one for another trip, unfortunately. But you can do breads, you can do quiches, like the sky's the limit. You put anything in here and it's going to be delicious. Well, you found me with another beer here. That means we have just a couple more car camping essentials to go over. The next thing I wanted to talk about is good coffee. The two essentials to camping is good beer and good coffee. And I like to bring that same quality of coffee I have at home while I'm going camping. We do this with a burr grinder so we can grind fresh beans. And then we bring a little pour over device, but also an AeroPress Go, and usually use that. That allows us to have really strong, amazing coffee. There is nothing better than having a strong cup of coffee when waking up after a night of camping. The last thing I wanted to mention, which we do not have, which I want to get, is a big battery bank, like a Jackery, which you'll see a lot of other people with. Right now, I have a number of those smaller battery banks of like 2,000-3,000 milliwatt hours that have been fine for our 2 to 4 day trips. But one of these days, if we ever do something longer, having that bigger battery bank to charge all our goods is going to be something I want to get, but definitely don't have it now. The final thing I wanted to talk about is the digital tools and apps I use to find good campsites. You'll notice that today we're in a normal campsite and it is crazy. There's people playing baseball over here. It's completely chaotic. Definitely not my favorite kind of camping. Usually we tend to disperse camp, and the way that I find the best dispersed campsites is apps like the Dyrt, iOverlander. Those are both great for finding secret areas, as well as Gaia GPS or Onyx, which will show you BLM land. It'll show you where you can camp legally. The other website I would mention is freecampsites.net, which allows you to find dispersed campgrounds around certain locations. And finally, you just cannot go wrong with Google Earth and looking out different Forest Service roads to find spots to camp. All of these allow you to find much more magical places to camp than what we're going to have today. That brings me to the end of our favorite kind of car camping essentials and gadgets and little tools that we bring that seem to make a big difference for us. If you have anything that you think we're missing, let me know in the comments. We like to keep our gear and our setup very minimal and simple, but if there's anything today that you think we don't have that would add a lot of value, let me know down below because I would love to hear it. With that, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, that makes a big difference for me. And if you have any questions about anything I mentioned today or some of the gear we're using, definitely let me know down below in the comments. And we will see you on the next adventure. Cheers.